To be fair, I've bought Stranger. I would like to apologize, but being a dad, I'm allowed to make dad jokes, and especially being from the era in which I came from, in way back in the 80s, I'm definitely allowed to make dad jokes. So yes, I found this, and a lot of people have been finding it, to be fair. Yes, some people it has passed them by. Keep looking, guys. Go to your Target.com and things like that. Guys, if you can't find this and you want it, do not be afraid to shop online. Even if you've got to do it the hard way, even if you've got to literally go to the store and buy one of those cards, like where you put $100 and then you get basically the card, and then you go back home and then you get on your phone and you buy it online. Excuse me. Listen, the hunt is real. And when we find something, which I did this time, it was right there. I said, hey, awesome, there it is. Like, there were 3 of them in the entire store. One, which was all the way over in the video game section for some reason. I think somebody moved it so it wouldn't get bought. And then the other 2 were over in the actual toy aisle, exactly where these were supposed to go. I purposely looked at all 3 of them, found the one with the dumbest face, yes, that's right, and then bought that one. It is possible to find stuff on the hunt. But do not make the hunt your only means of acquiring the figures that you want. If you have the money, sometimes, and I know shipping and handling and things of that nature, but sometimes you'll save money not making 6 trips to the store in vain, hoping that you might find something and never actually find it, and then by the time the figure hits the aftermarket, it's gone. Like, you're not going to get it, or you're going to pay real money to get it. Sometimes it's better to have the money, to know what you want, to try the store. If it isn't there, immediately go online. That's where we are in toy hunting now. And that's the truth to toy hunting in general. And I think, believe it or not, it's been that way more often than not. Some people like to think this is a regular nowadays thing. But I could tell you, from all the way back being a kid, that there were certain figures that you just could never get. In my area, specifically, when I was growing up, I wanted all the Ghostbusters, all of them. And I got all but one. I never got Janine. I never got the pink jumpsuit Janine. I wanted that. I felt like she was a member of the team. And after I saw her in a single episode, and I knew that there was even the possibility, and then I figured out by looking at the back that there was a toy of Janine in costume, I wanted that Janine. I never, ever got it. Never. She was never at the store. I remember certain G.I. Joes that I never once came across in the store. So it's not like this is a brand new thing. I do feel like it's gotten a lot worse. But I feel like it's always been a thing. And when we got online shopping, that really became less of a thing if you were willing to utilize it. I know finding the stuff out in the open is the way we want to do it. We want to go there, we want to see it, we want to find it, we want to have the experience of picking it up and then taking it home. It doesn't always work that way. For me, this time, it definitely did. And here he is. Let's check him out. So the first thing that we must bring up is that this box is awesome. Like, there's just no way around it. This box is amazing. It is really, 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 really cool. I love the fact that the box is upside down for Stranger Thing, right side up for Masters of the Universe. And then you could argue that if you flip it upside down, it's that way for the other way. But I will tell you that this is blatantly the bottom of the box, and that is blatantly the top of the box. So it is meant to go like this. If you are an inbox collector, this is the way it's supposed to be, and that's true to the really cool, awesome idea of Stranger Things as well. It just really, really works. They went out of their way to make sure that this box was unique and cool. And for only $34, it clocks in at less. These are 2 figures for less money than than a deluxe. Some of the deluxes are running $40. This was like $34 for 2 figures in special packaging. This is awesome. Like, this is awesome. On the side here, we got a really cool Skeletor. On the back, we have absolutely tremendous artwork. But are we surprised at this point in time? Listen, I'm going to be surprised the first time I turn one of these around and don't think the artwork is good. That's when I'm going to be really, really shocked. It says, put Havoc Staff or Hellfire Staff into hand, twist into powerful battle positions, which means they're posable. And then we got, bam. This thing's name, I've been calling it the Demogorgon, but it says right here, it's a Demogorgon. I've only got to see 2 episodes of Stranger Things. So, to me, I didn't know that. Which is fine. We like what we like. I'm going to be honest. I think he's cool, but I bought this pack for that Skeletor. I'm not sorry. My wife saw this, saw that it was a thing, and said, baby, you gotta get that. She likes Stranger Things. I love Motu. This was like perfect. And she thought the weapon was really cool and everything. She's already kind of looked at it when I took it downstairs and showed her the packaging and everything. But, all that aside, it's time to open this because I got a new dumb face and a new figure. Let's check them out.
Hey! Hey, fool! What the? Your face is dumb! It's dumb! Now where do you get off calling my face dumb? Because it is! Look at it! It's dumb! My face? What about yours? My face? What's wrong with my face? If my face is dumb, then your face is dumb! How dare you! My face isn't dumb! Your face is dumb! We have the same face, you dumb-faced fool! Oh, I just can't. This is my life now. This is it. Surrounded by dumb-faced buffoons. Only when you look in the mirror, you stupid-faced fool! Now goodbye! Off to Grayskull!
So yes, they reused Dumbface Skeletor. If you're curious what that was about, there was a video on here called Dumbface Skeletor. I'll put it in the annotations. And this was one of my favorite Skeletors because he was just stupid fun. His ridiculous open mouth face is so perfect. I love it. I couldn't get enough of it. He's still one of my favorite figures that I've literally ever bought. One of my favorite things on the shelf. I just love him to death. And now I have a second one. For the most part, he really is not for the most part. He blatantly is the exact same figure, except for I'm going to give this dumb face a sword. And he, for what it's worth, he's darker colors. He's more muted. That might make him seem a little more menacing. But when you get right down to it, he's just got this dumb, happy face. It's so good. I love it. It's so dumb. It's easily one of my favorite things on the shelf. Again, this might be the last time I buy into something like this, though. Blatant repaints, especially in this line, get real old real fast. The only reason I really bought this was to get him, and he was an awesome bonus. Had they sold just this guy and repainted it like this and called it like comic color or diluted color or dark color or whatever they wanted to call it, it would not have interested me literally at all. But I do have him. He came with the Havoc Staff and a sword. Since my first dumb face has the Havoc Staff, he's going to have the sword, and now he's going to get out of our way. This guy right here is pretty much the star of the show, and I do have a problem with him right off the bat, and it's his stupid feet. They're stupid. I hate them. They probably look cool, but they do you no favors at all. I had to get these little stands for him to stand. What am I talking about? That's a flat surface, right? Let me take that off his foot. Let me take that off his foot. He has a weapon. Now, that's a pretty heavy weapon, but I'm going to say something. All other characters in Motu also come with weapons, and they stand. Turn his feet. Oh, okay. If I off-center him with a bunch of heavy front weight, he stands. This guy is really difficult to make stand in one place. I mean, he's rough. He's really rough. This weapon is a hindrance to him and his dumb feet. In order to get him to stand, I had to put these on him. I couldn't do it. Like, as you can see, I fight with him, and that's it. For the most part, he is Beast Man with a different color, some new hands, new feet. These are new feet, new hands, new weapon, new head, Beast Man armor, everything else. He is cool. Oh, I got him standing up. Oh my God. But, nope. Okay. That's tough. I don't like the way he stands. His feet are bad. I don't know what they could have done to make it better. I really don't. I don't know if it's just his, I don't know what it is. I really don't. And maybe it's a combination of his head and his weapon, but his feet are bad. Like, you really have to mess with this guy. He's the kind of guy that you put on the shelf and he falls over. And you put him on the shelf again and he falls over, and you put him on the shelf and he falls over and over and over and over and over. For what it's worth, out of everything that I said though, the head for this line is very detailed. It's very cool. It's very ugly. It's gross. It's really cool the way it opens up like that and everything. It looks good. It really fits the Motu style. The hands are neat. And from what I could tell, unique. I don't seem to remember these on any of my other Motu figures that I have currently. And the weapon is awesome. It's 2D20 that have fire coming off of them. I'm guessing as he spins the thing around. You get the idea? Like, that's a really cool weapon. That really works for both. That actually works for both Motu and Stranger Things. I have argued before that one of the reasons I love Motu is because of its malleability. It is one of the most, if not the absolute most malleable product I have ever seen, the most malleable product I have ever come across, ever, property-wise. It's just unreal. There is nothing you cannot do. And I've often talked about the malleability being written into the very DNA of it. It's like playing D&D. Every single time you tell the story of Motu, you have Skeletor, you have He-Man, you have Teela, you have Man-at-Arms, you have Cringer, and it's different. It's different in the mini-comics. It's different in other mini-comics. It's different in the comics. It's different in toys. It's different in your own personal headcanon. It's different in every single show. You basically take the same characters and you get a different story every single time. That's amazing. Because let's be honest about it, this doesn't work in a lot of other properties. Batman has proven himself to be decently malleable, but nowhere near to the extent of He-Man. He-Man has been a wanderer that came from a forest people. He-Man has been a prince. He-Man has been a dude that had to go to a cave and receive like special armors and things from a sorceress. He-Man has been a guy that literally like puts his sword in the air and calls down the power granted to him by the sorceress. He-Man has been a guy that literally shares, like a younger man that shares his power with like 5 or 6 other individuals in like the newer shows. It's just amazing how many times you can take the same concept and redo it over and over and over again. Batman, while his time has been malleable, like where they put him and the kind of style they tell stories, Batman is always the exact same thing. Always the exact same things. There's times that He-Man is He-Man. There are times that He-Man is Adam and becomes He-Man. Sometimes they are not the same person. Depending on which continuity you read, depending on which mini-comic you happen to be reading at the time. Sometimes He-Man is literally just He-Man. He's never Adam. He is He-Man all the time. Such as in the movie, He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I know there's a new movie coming out. I don't know what I want to say about it yet. But what I am saying is that in that movie, the original movie, he's just He-Man. He's not really Adam. Ever. Like ever. Even when he doesn't have the sword. He's He-Man. Batman is always Bruce Wayne. His parents die, he's Bruce Wayne. He becomes Batman. What you do with the story from that point can be malleable. But I love the way Motu just says, we're going to do something incredibly different. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And whatever. That is fantastic to me. I really do love it. And because of that, it is really awesome how the Demogoron really fits in amazingly with Motu, because it is kind of a wild D&D prospect. And that fits. I'm happy to add this to the shelf. I really am. I got a new dumb face. That's fantastic. That alone would have made me happy. But he does fit very well. I don't like his dumb feet. But it seems like if you mess with him long enough, he will stand. But you really gotta mess with him. That's enough. Cool figures. Added to the shelf. See you later.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.